Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Negler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It's Monday, 2 days after the brutal home loss to the San Francisco 49ers by the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Outside of that, what a weekend of football, though, right? It's hard, bitter pill to swallow when you're watching other teams play amazing football games and your team essentially short circuits on the national stage. Clearly, there's a lot to talk about here. The number one narrative heading into the offseason is clearly going to be about Aaron Rodgers and his future with or somewhere without the team. The game itself, Aaron did not play well. We all saw it. We all watched it. No question about it. Special teams was an absolute disaster. Something we, I guess, tried to think, maybe they can skirt by. And we've seen them do it before, but everything came to a head. Blocked kick, blocked punt that led to basically the deciding score. A brutal, brutal game for the Green Bay Packers. The defense, you talk about the good things that happened in that game. What an outstanding performance by the defense. Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary in particular were absolutely outstanding. It was great to see Za'Darius Smith back on the field, Jair Alexander back on the field, Z getting one final sack in Lambeau in probably his last game as a Green Bay Packer. Z posted over the weekend on his Instagram, thank you, Green Bay, clearly indicating that he is on his way out. And that's the other major thing going on this offseason, obviously, is the reconfiguration of the roster, because there are hard choices to be made. The Packers sitting near $50 million over the salary cap. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is a major component there. They have to figure out whatever they're going to do with him and, of course, Davante Adams before dealing with anything else in regards to putting the puzzle together that will be next year's roster. I'm just going to start out by saying I'm going to echo what my colleague Tim wrote on Cheesehead TV this morning. It's time to rip the Band-Aid off. They kept the band together for one last run. They came up short. It is now time to pay the piper, salary cap-wise, and to reset the franchise. They've gone from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and that last year was fun, great, won a lot of games, but to get to the playoffs, exit in such embarrassing fashion, and have your quarterback, who held the franchise hostage all last offseason, had to have Randall Cobb back and then apparently not even look his way one time during the game to end your season, to play so poorly from the pocket, to revert to bad habits when you needed him to play like the MVP he probably will be this season. Too many times knocking on the door, too many times getting to, uh, putting yourself in position to go make a run for a championship and then to come up short. And what is the point of bringing back a quarterback who continually shrinks in the biggest moments, whether it's last year against Tampa, this year against the 49ers? All week, all year, really, we heard Aaron Rodgers talk about the colder, the better. Get him in Lambeau. Got to get this game. Got to get home field advantage. What good is that if your aging quarterback looks like he wants to be anywhere else when the snow is coming down in the fourth quarter, the game is on the line? We all know, we all saw that 3rd and 11 throw to a double covered Davante Adams. That's as bad as it gets. That's as hero ball as it gets. And I know many of you have seen the clip by now with Lazard breaking wide open over the middle. Clearly a predetermined throw. It was one of the most Favre throws I've ever seen him make. It's time to reset. Whatever Aaron Rodgers was going to do in a Green Bay Packers uniform, I think he's done it. With that said, got a lot of super chats to get to. Let's see what the fine folks on Cheesehead TV's social channels got to say, starting with Vince. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Grateful for Rodgers, but we just need to go into a mini rebuild, get under the salary cap, use flip picks, and wait for the cap in 23. Rodgers looked cold and old. Cold and old. That is a good summation. Yes, next year will be obviously tricky, but then in the following year, 2023, The salary cap will explode. That is true. But next year will be some hard choices. GB, thanks to the super chat. Rodgers will win MVP, but I saw 4 quarterbacks yesterday put their teams on their back like he could not. I'm ready for a new era. This one has run its course. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and Rodgers did not play well, but Matt LaFleur has to shoulder some of this as well. It was clear that whatever the plan was, there are multiple variations of putting Rodgers in the shotgun, having some condensed formations, and then running whatever combination routes, whatever. The plan was not working, and it didn't seem like Matt had any answers as far as being able to change course and kickstart the offense. Not in the way Shanahan did coming out of the second half. Shanahan found that wide toss play that started moving the football for the 49ers. Some of that was a response to the Packers playing their 2 deep safeties, but he found something that worked, and he stuck with it, and he figured out a way to jumpstart his offense. Matt never did that. Now here's the other level, the other layer to this. Is he allowed to? How much of this is baked in with Rodgers and all the drama and all the back, stuff where the offense is completely centered around the quarterback? Is there ever a moment where Matt can say, "Look, no, it's time to button this up. We're gonna run some zone stretch stuff for a while. We're gonna play buttoned up football for a bit. We're gonna try and get our quarterback in rhythm." Is he allowed to do? I don't know, but um, Matt has to shoulder some of it. Yeah, whether it was the screen game, which never got on track, the running game never really got on track. I know he's a bit hampered because AJ Dillon went down with that injury on the kick return, which is super, super unfortunate. AJ seemed to be in a good kind of groove the few times he did get the football. Obviously, scored the Packers' only touchdown. Um, I think he really would have helped, and I think his loss really, really hurt. But uh, I hear you on the idea of you saw a lot of great quarterback play this weekend. Rodgers was not one of them. Sean, thanks for the super chat. According to Andy, Rodgers missed quite a few reads. Must have been rattled. A-Rod wanted it this year bad. Can't really be mad, just bummed. Yeah, you look at the tape and you see not a lot of, I'd say you see a handful of moments where there's a crosser to DeGuara where just get the ball out of your hand, dude. He's looking downfield and or at the rush. Clearly his eyes started dropping. And I think that's kind of what goes into the last 3rd and 11, deep shot to Devontae. That play is blocked up as well as it could possibly be. But he had predetermined and or, was looking at the rush, saw it coming at him and just let the ball go. And you saw that quite a bit. And that's a real old bad habit. And funnily enough, it's happened before against the 49ers in the 2019 NFC Championship game. Just bad habits at the worst time. No question about it. And Anders, thanks for the super chat. First off, thanks for everything this season. Second, same people defending QB1's performance were the ones blasting Jordan Love's play versus Kansas City. On to the future. I mean, trust me, they're probably going to get ample opportunities to blast Jordan Love's plays, so it's fine. I understand people defending Aaron Rodgers. He has done so much for the organization. They wouldn't be where they are without him. They wouldn't be in that game Saturday night without him. No question about it. But he did play a very poor game. You can't sugarcoat that. Ben, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Nags. Hope you're well. Gutted for players not getting a ring, but it's time to move on. Bring on the future. Still my team. I feel you, Ben. That's exactly where I am. And I've seen a lot of already in the last day. Get ready for the dark ages. Get ready for the return of the 80s and the 70s and what have you. And man, anyone saying that clearly didn't live through the 70s and 80s, because will it be tough next year if Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers? Yes, it will not be the high flying potent offense that we're accustomed to seeing under 12. But there are more than one ways to win a football game, and there are ample opportunities to improve this roster if they are able to open up cap space by trading him and or retire him You never know. Maybe he retires. That's a possibility too. But yeah, I understand where people come down on the idea of, oh, if Rodgers is gone, then we're going to suck forever. I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. I think Gutekunst is good at his job and will find more talent. Um, I would temper expectations for next season, but beyond that, I would say the future is bright. Of course, a lot of that depends on Jordan Love and how he develops and what they do at the quarterback position. What else we got here? I'm going to say a quick hello and shout out to our good friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook app. How about that? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code Cheesehead. That's promo code Cheesehead. And get in on the 3 remaining games. There's only 3 remaining NFL games, if you can believe that matter. Don't talk to me about the Pro Bowl. Use code Cheesehead. You can get in on that action. You can bet NBA, NHL, anything. Just make sure you use the promo code. If it's not available in your area yet, be sure to download the DraftKings Fantasy app. They're giving away millions of dollars of prizes. But if you are able to download DraftKings Sportsbook app, do it. Get in on it. I won some money this weekend. It's a lot of fun. All right, back to some super chats. Ed, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Nags, fact, Rodgers is no Michael Jordan. Question, in the playoffs, is LaFleur Mike Sherman or Mike McCarthy? That's a good question. I don't know what I would qualify him or quantify him as, classify him as. I need to see Matt LaFleur without Aaron Rodgers. I think that's a big question yet, big question mark that remains to be seen. Because again, as was alluded to earlier, I have no idea what the dynamic is there. The offense is completely built around 12. So I'd like to see what happens when Matt is truly running the show, especially on offense. Now, I get the pushback on Matt in the playoffs, etc. They have lost a brutal playoff game on Saturday night, no question about it. Special teams was a big contributor there, and all season long that has been an issue. Hell, I joked about it with him on Packer Transplants. I know that it's hard to fix those things as the season is going. I don't know that, I'm sure I know people were ready to fire Mo Drayton in the middle of the season. Matt clearly stuck with him. I don't know if that we can paint like what kind of a playoff coach he is because of a hire he made and the special teams coming in and screwing it up. That's not a coaching decision he made during the game. Now, it's a hiring decision he made, and clearly that messed up. But there's a lot more that goes into that loss than just Matt's decision making as a coach, which is what I think you're getting to with that question, Ed. Jared, thanks for the super chat. It's a sucky time being a Packer fan, but the true ones bleed green and gold. Thank you, Nags, for doing what you do all year long, covering the Pack. You are second to none. Go Pack, go. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm with you, man. It is the Packers that we care about. It's not Aaron Rodgers. It's not Matt LaFleur. It's the Green Bay Packers. And we'll be here next year, no matter what, regardless of what the team looks like. And I, for one, I'm kind of anxious, kind of excited. I got to admit, I ain't going to sugarcoat it. Like I said, time to pull the Band-Aid off. This team has been butting its head against the wall for way, way, way too long. What else we got here? Oh, you know what? I think it's time to give another shout out. Special shout out to a Packers legend and Hall of Famer, a true GOAT, Charles Woodson, and Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. Look at this. They sent me this. This is amazing. I love this. Go to woodsonwhiskey.com to find a store near you that carries it, or order online and get it shipped directly to your door. The link will be in the description of this video. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. If it wasn't your game day whiskey, it is now. Get on this, people. I had this on Saturday night. It's really good. Do it, people. Get on it. Admir, thanks for the super chat. Aaron, Matt LaFleur is an amazing coach, but does it concern you that his track record hiring non-offensive assistants is not great? I think Joe Barry was a pretty good hire. He's not an offensive assistant, right? He hired Mike Smith. He seems pretty good. Jerry Gray looks pretty good. I don't agree with your police work there, buddy. I think his track record is actually pretty damn good. Jeff, thanks for the super chat. I caught a glimpse of Father Time twice this weekend, once in the eyes of Tom Brady and once in the eyes of Aaron Rodgers. Time waits for no man. You can run, but ... Father Time's undefeated. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers looked cold and old in that game. Tom Brady, it's just funny watching Tom Brady. Oh, no, Tom's got to deal with injuries along the offensive line that he can't quite, just stand there in the pocket as long as he wants and pick people apart. Oh, funny how it isn't quite the same, is it? Tom Brady is Tom Brady, whatever. But, yeah, Aaron definitely looked old and cold. And Father Time is saying, what's up? Now, you can still win a boatload of ball games with Aaron Rodgers. Packers did it this year. Probably someone will next year. But it is about the future. It is about looking forward. It is about trying to build for a championship. They've been building with Aaron Rodgers for another championship for over a decade and haven't been just for gotten absolutely nothing. Gotten a lot of heartbreak. A lot of fun, no doubt about it. Well, won a lot of games, a lot of runs, great moments. Probably the pinnacle is that amazing ending in Dallas in the divisional round in 2016. But repeatedly, biggest moments, best competition coming up small. Time to do it. Time to move forward. Ed, thanks for the super chat. Did the tinfoil in Rodgers' helmet interfere with the signal when Matt LaFleur was calling in plays? Oh, man. Whoo, that's a whole nother ball of wax, right? You guys know I don't talk about the off-field stuff. That's kind of been an ongoing thing. The drama, everybody talked about his relationship with his family. We never talked about that at Cheesehead TV. Of course, he has become an insane lightning rod because of his opinions regarding vaccinations and politically, etc. I'll say this. This isn't my thinking, but I could understand if the Packers thought this way, specifically Murphy and Gutekunst. How much longer do you want to invite this? It's the week of a divisional playoff game, and your franchise starting quarterback is giving an interview to ESPN wherein he's maligning the president, putting out all sorts of misinformation when it comes to vaccinations. I just don't understand. At some point, that's the face of your franchise, and he's doing more PR damage than he is bringing any kind of positive energy to what you're trying to accomplish. At some point, I got to think that they look at this and go, okay, yep, it's time. It's time to move on. The returns are not worth it anymore. We'll see. John, thanks for the super chat. If we do move on without 12, it's not doom and gloom. The Pats got rid of TB12 and in 2 years went 10-7, made the playoffs, and have a promising future. Yeah, I mean, I think Brian Gutekunst is good at his job and will have them in position to, if not contend right away, at least have things pointed in the right direction. And of course, it's about winning championships. No one's disputing that. Of course it is. But you've got to build a championship team. It doesn't just happen overnight. And a big component of that, obviously, is the quarterback. And if they're going to figure out if Jordan Love is the next starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, he's got to be on the football field to do so. And they've got to give him a year as a starter to figure it out. So I agree, John. On culture, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. I'm embracing the rebuild, Nags, watching other teams with young mobile quarterbacks and speed demons at receiver. And I said, I want that. Just don't know if the brain trust in Green Bay thinks the same way. Go, Pack, go. I mean, if you're talking speedy wide receivers, Tyreek Hill is a special breed, obviously. I mean, last night, that play he makes where he just kind of turns on the jets, throws up the piece, and scores a touchdown. That's rare stuff. That's everybody wants that, of course. That's two-man by the Bills, played extremely well. It's just Mahomes and Hill are incredibly special, and Hill has got otherworldly speed. That's a rare, rare thing. But as for the quarterback part of it, you know, I'm interested to see what kind of offense they would design to, you know, help Jordan Love and his skill sets, you know, in a way that maybe they, clearly weren't under Aaron Rodgers, whether it's buttoning things up a little bit more in the running game, running more bootleg stuff, um, getting him out on the perimeter, running him like we saw Josh Allen used as a running quarterback last night and all year, really, under Brian Dable. I'm just interested and kind of curious to see what kind of offense they build. Amari Rodgers did okay, though. Adam, right? Special teams has an absolute meltdown. And the one guy who we were all worried about all season long actually showed up and played well. Who'd have thunk it, right? Well, Ian, thank you very much for saying that. That's very nice of you. Smooterino, thanks for the super chat. Mild take. Rodgers makes another Super Bowl if Green Bay had dome. I'm not gonna classify that as mild. I'm gonna classify that as dumb. I thank you. Marshall, thanks to the super chat. Am I the only one that was confused by the Jones reception that he could have taken to the house in the first half? Why did he cut inside prematurely? Marshall, there's been a lot of discourse about this online. I'm going to start out by saying, if you're adding on Twitter or DMing on Insta Aaron Jones himself about this, go outside, feel the wind on your face, embrace your humanity, and don't be a fucking moron. All right. Secondly, on the play itself, it's the one moment in this entire game where Aaron Rodgers recaptures some magic, right? The old school, get outside the pocket, find a guy downfield, make that big throw. The throw, however, does cause Aaron to kind of slow up and have to gather himself a little bit rather than being hit in stride. When he's turning and then he's jetting up the sideline, right? He sees that safety too, and I'm with you, and I think everybody, just keep going, buddy. Just go as far and as fast as you can. Maybe you get caught. Maybe the guy's got the angle, because I think that's what Aaron thought. The safety has the angle there. So for a second, the briefest of seconds, he starts to cut inside, thinking that he can kind of go underneath him, probably run into the end zone, right? But the moment he does that, you see him go, oh, nope, that ain't going to work. And then he cuts back onto the path. What killed me about that play, everyone was talking about how just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. And maybe he scores, maybe he doesn't. What kills me about that play and that decision, just situationally, you've got to know, get out of bounds. Just get up and just catch the ball. I understand the impulse to try and get underneath the guy and cut back, right? Because you're thinking, okay, I'm going to score. But situationally, there's 14 seconds left or something. And you've got, the one timeout. You need that. You need it. It's like life. Get out of bounds, or at least run as fast as you can up the sideline. So if you do get hit, you go out of bounds. Because of course, then we all know what happened. The blocked field goal ends up being the result. But if they have a timeout there, the whole playbook is open. Instead, they have to use the timeout, and now they're really hamstrung play calling wise. Brutal moment. Great play that turns into a brutal moment. And look, again, Aaron Jones is an amazing football player. That's a bad moment for Aaron. No question about it. Everybody's had him. Every single football player's had a bad moment. Aaron Jones has had a million great moments. It's hard for me to kill him on that one decision, that one kind of brain fart, if you will. Again, he's a big part of what they're doing on offense. And he's super talented and a phenomenal representation of the Green Bay Packers. Just kills me to think of people up in his DMs and on his mentions just giving him shit. Like, you don't think he doesn't know? Give me a break. John, thanks for the super chat. I could see 12 announcing his future on McAfee. I think it'll take longer than that. But you never know. I know he's going to do one more show before the start of the offseason. But yeah, I'd be shocked if we get it that early. Robin, thank you for the super chat. Sad to see your handsome face clean shaven. Tell me about it. So make sure I got a few more here. LT, thanks for the super chat. Hate to say it, we are not a cold weather team. Need to build a team for the cold that can travel well. This sucks. I mean, I think they've got some of the components. It's the old adage is in the playoffs, what travels well is a running game and a defense. They got the defense. If they play defense like they did on Saturday night, they got the defense. Now, obviously, they still need to improve in places, still need to continue to add pieces, but they've got the foundation for a defense. The running game, that's another story. They need to, I think, definitely improve there. And they've started to. They started down that path by drafting AJ. They've drafted a number of offensive linemen, but really committing to it, becoming much more physical with it. And they started some of that this year, but I think they need to continue down that path. I'm with you. Admiral Price, thanks for the super chat. Very, very generous of you. Love you and Cheesehead TV. Thanks for all the amazing coverage this season, Nags. Here's to appreciating the past and hoping for the future. That is incredibly generous of you, Admiral Price. Thank you so much. And I'm right there with you, buddy. Zachary, thank you for the super chat. Good run. We won't even recognize them next year. I mean, somewhat. I mean, if Jordan Love does take over as the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, yes, it is going to look very different. But I think the defense will be pretty similar. They didn't have Z all year this year. They probably won't have Z next year. Devondre Campbell, big question mark, obviously. But Kenny Clark's still there. They'll probably extend Jair. I would suspect they'd extend Amos. I think a good nucleus will still be intact there. Offensively, we shall see. Tyler, thanks for the super chat. Every year the Packers lost in the playoffs during the Rodgers era, we all said if they only had a defense. Saturday night, the D gave up 6. Disappointing. You ain't lying, Tyler. You are not lying. Zach, thank you for the super chat. A lot of 12's best play over the years has come when he's been limited by injury. We all know it and kind of laugh at it, but it's a sad reality about him. Zach, the sad part about it is, I pointed that out, I think yesterday on Twitter. The bum toe helped him stay in the structure of the offense. The greatest example of that is against the Rams. They had a formidable pass rush. Third down, when they were in his lap, he was getting the ball out. He wasn't trying to escape. It forced him to play from the pocket, and that's when he was at his best. Saturday night, he got caught. Is that play? He got caught from behind by Bosa. That's a play he probably, extends out, maybe makes something happen, runs for a first down, etc. 5 years ago. But he ain't that guy anymore. I keep saying it. He is not the athlete he once was, and that's not a knock. It's just Father Time doing his thing. Quinn, thanks for the super chat. Morning, Nags. What bums me out is how much different this team is going to look next year. The list of free agents was massive. Go, Pack, go, always. A lot to sort out. No question about it. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. Had tickets to the NFC Championship game for my maiden voyage to the Holy Land. Absolutely devastated. I do love draft season, but it's hard to get excited when we have no idea what the team draft capital will look like. You just got to embrace the mystery, man. It is going to look very different. There's no question. And that sucks that you were going to be at the NFC Championship game, and now it will not be played in Lambeau. I'm so sorry, man. Grim Chief, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. It hurts to say, but I think Brady wins that game. At the very least, he hits Alan Lazard at the final shot play. I mean, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. It sure didn't look like a guy who would do that when he was playing yesterday. Alex, thanks for the super chat. This hurts more than all the past NFC championships. Worse than 2014? I don't think so. It hurts, but not like that. No, man. I can't say it. For me. I know everybody's different, but for me, yeah, I ain't there. Smooterino, thanks to the super chat. How much credit do we give Niners defense for Saturday? The main athletic football podcast called it a historically great performance, and I kind of agree. I mean, Ryan's did a phenomenal job adjusting. There's no question about that. They are supremely talented up front, obviously, and that helps. Everyone was wondering, the secondary, the defensive secondary is so depleted talent-wise, and the Packers were unable to take advantage of it. I just never saw the adjustment to try to take advantage of it. I never saw much in the way of, the shallow crossers, the short game really trying to come to life. Anything isolating Devontae in the slot, the way they were able to take advantage of teams throughout the year that way. I think they played extremely well. There's no doubt about it. Tip your cap. But I just never saw Matt and Aaron try to adjust to anything. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean they weren't, but it's hard to say. Don Vito, thanks to the super chat. I think it's best to keep 12 football-wise. We can't afford 12, Adams, and so on. Thanks for all the hard work this year, Nags. Thanks, Don Vito. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. I'm going to rapid fire these because I got to get going. I got a meeting in a little bit here. Caleb, thanks to the super chat. I'm ready for the Matt LaFleur era run-heavy team next year. I mean, it might be run-heavy. I doubt it, but we'll see. Gorzo88, thanks to the super chat. I thought Rodgers played like the version of himself that led to the drafting of Jordan Love. That is really well stated. Stanley, thanks for the super chat. J-Lo era has begun. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. Smith, Lewis, Cobb, Adams, Rodgers, King, Tunyon, MVS, Turner, Campbell, and Douglas all gone. Only hope for this rebuild is to bring in BJ Raji. No, not all those guys are gone. Most of them probably. Tyler, thanks to the super chat. Quite impressive of 12 for condition the fans to be ready to move on. Favre at least had us yearning for more in 2008. Draft night was the start. I mean, it's been a journey, right? From the moment that Adam Schefter tweet hit. Don Vito, thanks for the super chat. When are the Packers going to take special teams more seriously? This isn't an isolated incident. This has been plaguing this team for years. Your guess is as good as mine. It'll help when they don't have a superstar quarterback taking up like a huge chunk of the salary cap, and maybe they can actually get some talented folks to play special teams that have been in the league for a little bit rather than running in practice squatters at the last minute. Accidental Hero, thanks for the super chat. Can Olive at least get a goldfish? Thanks for the great season. Love these morning chats. You rock. Thanks, Accidental Hero. Very nice of you. Olive and my oldest are now totally all in on Packers news to try and see if Aaron Rodgers is going to be back, which is kind of hilarious. Tyler, thanks again for the super chat. Love the playoff snow globe games, but it's been a long time since Green Bay played well at home in the cold. Lambeau was on its feet and loud on D all night, and the defense played well. It's the bet. There's nothing. There is no thing better. There's no moment better in the world than Lambeau at night in the snow. Nothing. I don't care. I don't care. Argue with your mother. Nothing better. Packers played awesome on defense. Just didn't get it done. And hey, you can always have a snow globe memory of Ryan Grant fumbling twice early in the game and then running for 200-plus yards. Brenton, thanks for the super chat. What hurts the most for me is how well the D played. Best defensive unit since Super Bowl 45. Didn't give up a TD. 0 to show for it. Got to keep carrying the G, though. Yes, you do, Brenton. Adrian, thanks for the super chat. I'm looking forward to cheaper tickets and more Sunday noon kickoffs. There's the upside. Look at that, Adrian. John Moore, thanks for the super chat. My hope for you getting your daughter a dog died. I won't say it's dead, but it's on life support. No question about it. Kelvin, thank you for the super chat. No harm in rebuilding while every other NFC North team is also. At least it gives us a better shot at the playoff appearances. Let's bite the bullet. That's the other component here. The NFC North is in a complete disaster mode as far as, who they are, they haven't even, 2 of them don't even have coaches. Like, if there's a time to do it and reset, it's a great time. No question. Soder, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Hopeful that the next version of the Packers offense won't burn through timeouts for no apparent reason. Can I just thank you for bringing that up? Because that's the one bugaboo out of this game. Forget the hero ball and forget everything. The Rodgers thing that bugs me the most, it's not even close, and Packerman can attest to this, is anytime they have a big play, and it played out again in the second half, he throws that shot to Devontae, who has a great fingertip catch. And it's like everyone stands around going, oh, yeah, you know what? That was a pretty good play, right? Yeah, awesome play. Oh, yeah, we should huddle up and blah, blah, blah. And then they get down to the line of scrimmage, and Rodgers is trying to make his adjustments. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. And then he's like, oh, yeah, well, okay, timeout. No urgency, none after a big play. Zero. Oh, you think they could have used that timeout at the end of the game? That shit drives me nuts. Thanks for bringing it up, Soder. Justin, thanks for the super chat. This loss just feels different because it feels like the end of an era loss. All the uncertainty going forward makes it a different level of heartbreak. Yeah, a little bit more melancholy. No question about it. FB, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for all the great Cheesehead TV content. Could you see Rodgers getting traded, and where could be realistic landing spots? I haven't really looked at who's got what draft pick wise. I know Denver is the hot kind of idea. I know they were ready and hot to trot and throw a lot at the Packers last offseason. Will they do so again this year? I don't know. I think the Steelers are a possibility because I think Rodgers has a really good relationship with Mike Tomlin. Steelers, however, don't have a lot of draft capital. Outside of that, we'll just have to wait and see. Brad, thanks for the super chat. I really hope that Jordan Love is a scrambler type like Allen or Mahomes. I just hope he operates the offense efficiently. That's all I hope. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. A lot of blame to go around, teams, coach, etc. Same as last year for sure. But last year, the D gave 12 the ball twice, and he went 3 and out, never running the ball once. This year, the D allowed 9 points. He old and cold. I can't say you're lying. Charlene, good morning, or probably afternoon where you are. Who needs a Pappy when you can have Woodson's whiskey? We'll keep carrying the G today when it sucks and every day when it doesn't. Go Pack Go. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you for the super chat and the support as always. Andrew, thanks again for the super chat. Looked old and cold. Yes, he did. Old and cold. JD, thanks for the super chat. Special teams coaches to look out for the Packers. Oh, man. That is something I'll be diving into as the offseason progresses. But let's figure out what Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are doing first. Don Vito, thanks for the super chat. It would be Love versus Fields versus Cousins versus Goff. I think we'd be just fine. LOL. I hear you there. Hendrick, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your coverage. I am crushed. Shared blame, in my opinion. I need a few days off. Stayed up all night. Again, heartbreak. Again. We'll be back. Have a good week. Cheers from Didi. Oh, is that Denmark? Denmark. Hendrick, thank you so much. And I hear you. I hear you on the heartbreak, man. Andy, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Nags. Preferring to look to the future rather than dwell on Saturday, can you see the Packers protecting Love's debut QB 1 year by building on the defense and O-line and also becoming a run-heavy team? Somewhat. Definitely going to keep adding to the defense. There's no question there. Definitely going to keep adding to the offensive line. Got some decisions to make there, Billy Turner, etc. But run-heavy, I don't think they'll ever become a truly run-heavy team, but they have to be a more effective running team and efficient with the run game. That's something that needs to happen. All right, everybody. Oh, I got one more. Accidental Hero, thanks for the super chat. $5 for a half hour of a New York therapist. This super chat is a bargain. You're hilarious. We got a few more. Englewood, thank you for the super chat. 52 balled out for your team, though. Yes, he did. I put him in the good, bad, and the ugly. That was one of his better games. You know, I heard he was a bust, though. I don't know. Melvin, thank you for the super sticker. Very much appreciated. Nicholas, thank you for the super chat. Is there a limit to the amount of comp picks we can get for all our lost players? Well, no, there's no limit. We'll see. There's a formula that gets thrown together that's top secret. But I don't believe there's a cap. It's not a strict 1-to-1 though. It's a combination of the contract they sign, the length, etc., and things like that. So, Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Felt like a big dog fumble was a major shift in momentum. Everything changed after that fumble. Everything changed. They completely got outside themselves after that. It's crazy. You know, someone telling me that momentum doesn't exist. Go watch that game, watch that fumble, and see how the rest plays out. Braden, thank you for the super chat. So now what? When do we see roster moves start occurring? Right now? No. They'll take some time. You'll undoubtedly see some news about futures contracts and guys from the practice squad, because after the team's last game, their contracts expire 1 week later, and then they'll be signed to futures deals, the guys they want to keep around. But, free agency doesn't start until March, so could be some time. The Packers will take some time figuring out their moves. Melvin, thank you for the super chat. Can we mention how Aaron Rodgers lost trust in other receivers so quickly? One drop, and he just zeroes in on Devontae to a fault. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just weird. It was all Devontae and Aaron Jones. Randall Cobb, who he had to have for the Super Bowl run, got one target. One target. They never even looked at him. They never drew up a play for him. One target. Kind of just blows my mind. I don't know. Arthur, thank you for the super chat. Was at the game. Guys were open, although they would have been tough throws, but we saw Rodgers make them all year. Frustrating that ends in the playoffs. You ain't lying, buddy. You are not lying. Preston, thank you for the super chat. Can you think of a team in sports with more playoff upsets / chokes than the Packers, especially over the last 10 years? The Braves, maybe? But no, not really. All right. I think I got them all. I got my thing. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. Can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday. It's what we do. We'll be doing it all off season. I may take a break during the down times. That's what happens. Oh, Amy, get one in at the last second here. Amy, how do teams like the Rams recover from several late turnovers, but we can't? By executing. Purely by executing. Something Rodgers and company did not do on Saturday night. You hit Allen Lazard on that crosser, put Mason and Crosby in position to win, kick that field goal, you're in the NFC Championship game next week. Simple as that. Thank you, everybody. Please hit like, hit subscribe. I'll be here all week. Packer Transplants, the season finale of Packer Transplants will be on Wednesday night. Patreon members, the happy hour will be tomorrow night. The information will be on the Patreon page. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for all the super chats and all the support. An absolutely brutal end to the Packers season, no question about it. I'm excited about the future to see where they head going forward. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is the number one priority. And until that is resolved, it's hard to see the Packers doing much of anything in regards to serious roster construction until they know how that piece plays out. Please, like I said, please hit like, hit subscribe to the channel. The subs mean everything. Thank you so much to everyone who already does subscribe on YouTube. If you haven't yet, please do so. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. as always. Thank you. Thank you so much for making Cheesehead TV part of your daily Packers routine. We are and will always be devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.